Merrie is to Al Pacino.
You adapt novels. You simply have to, because it's another language you're speaking with film. It's the narrative is not there, so you make your own sort of ways in and out. And screenwriters are just they're a breed, like directors are. There's people who write screenplays and write them really well. It's a difference.
Yeah, standing up in the back.
Hi, yes. You talked about oxymorons before. The title of this film is humbling. I have to say, watching his journey, your journey, at the same time is completely exalting, because he gets to the place I know that I want to get to. We as actors want to get to the place where we say, this is it. And here it is. And he says, you want to see real living? You want to see real love?
Right, yeah.
So he wins.
Yeah. But he still says, come back, Shane. You never really win. Over here.
You and Barry were clearly on the same page creatively, but what was one disagreement you had about the material, and how did you resolve it together?
We might have had certain disagreements, but that are so natural in all the things we've done. I mean, it's just, what about this? But it's a collaboration. I don't remember any disagreements. The only thing that I could say is possible is we were at slight odds about whether I should stab myself in the chest, bare chest, or with a t-shirt on. And I had worked out the day before, so I didn't want a t-shirt. I totally made that up. But if I had worked out, I would have probably done that.
This also goes to that scene in the ending, where he kind of momentarily gets up and recognizes, acknowledges the audience, and goes back. I'm wondering whether it's tying back to the scene with the nurse.
Oh, how did I do
Did
that?
you believe that? Did you believe
Yeah.
Is that real? So he was still in need of that validation even in his dying moments.
Well, yeah, he wanted to acknowledge it. At the same time, he said, now give me some time so I can knock myself off here. It's possible. It's possible.
Well, speaking of knocking yourself off of Barry Levinson, you had actually orchestrated this picture with Jack Kevorkian.
I did?
Yeah, actually with
I
Larry
love
David
Jack, I
Dudin.
must tell you that.
Yeah, Larry wanted to make sure that you
Oh,
had
how
it.
wonderful is that?
There
I
you
love
go.
that.
There.
So
See,
me
Jack
and
Kevorkian,
Kevorkian.
Al Pacino.
Oh, great. I love it. I love this man. This is the smartest man. The kind of people, if you ever meet him, that have this sort of superior mind or something, and you just say, Jack, about so-and-so, what do you think? And you're going to get an answer that nobody has thought of or nobody has said. But this simply is the most, what would you say, the most pro-life person I ever met. And this is a man who started out transfusing the blood from dead soldiers into his own, that finally killed him, into his own veins to test it so he can trying to figure out how to use people who are deceased and take their blood to put into the soldiers who were dying who needed blood. This is what he did. And he was into organ donations, but he was totally about preserving life. So misunderstood.
You created this because Larry had actually taken it for you. He was silently talking next to Jack Kevorkian, and he actually had Larry come up to him, all in sign language.
Did Jack do that?
No, this is Larry. Larry David.
Oh, there's Larry David.
Larry,
Oh,
Dean, you know Larry.
Oh, Larry Dean, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
Gina D'Estino. We were
This
there
is
in Venice
a beautiful
together.
picture.
And you were wonderful in Venice, Italy at the film festival.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. We've only got time for, I think, maybe one more question.
We're going to show Jack Kevorkian now after this. I think it would be appropriate. But I love this man. They put him in jail for 8 years. So I said, Jack, how'd you do it in jail? 8 years you were in prison. He said, I said, what bothered you the most? And he said, the snoring. That's descriptive, boy. That makes your hair stand up.
Al, is there a piece of dialogue from a movie of yours or a screenplay and you wake up 5 years, 10 years later and you say, wow, that was brilliant. Then you wake up another 5 years later and say, oh, wow, that sticks with me. It sticks with me. A couple of lines of dialogue or a piece, you say, oh my God.
Well, the one thing that I always loved, my favorite line in all movies, is I like to watch. Peter Sellers and Bean, I like to watch. My own movies, no, I try to forget them. No, it's Attica. Well, Attica, if I might just do something, once I start, I can't stop. Attica came out of this. If you're familiar with the movie Dog Day Afternoon, are you? John Castile, Penny Allen, and all these great people, Charlie Dern. And we were at the bank, they had all the extras out there playing the crowd, and we were in the midst of this, whatever it was, because I know Sidney Lumet said to me, Al, it's out of our hands. This film is out of our hands. It's going somewhere. And I remember being there saying, and I was there, and a guy named Bert Harrison, this is what I mean about movies and what you can do in movies. And that kind of thing. So you talk about rehearsal, yes, I like to rehearse, but then a thing like this happens. I'm sitting in the bank, and this great assistant director comes up to me, Bert Harris, really a smart guy. And you hear someone go, hey, hey. I said, yeah, Attica, that's right. So he says, hey, yeah, Attica, right? He says, Attica, Attica, he says, Attica. Now all of a sudden the crowd starts going, Attica, Attica. And it became this sort of iconic thing that we took. But it was really some AD came up to me and just said, do it, say it. Well, it's only film.
We had the practice service, but I know we have to wrap up. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.